Dober dan, živjo, zdravo, and welcome to the second episode of Se vidimo. Kako ste? Jaz sem dobro. Do you still remember those phrases from the previous episode? I hope you do. In today's episode, we are going to focus on another big part of everyday life: reading and counting. Yep, today's themes are the alphabet, numbers, and the genders of nouns in Slovene. Alright, let's start with the alphabet. Slovene alphabet has 25 letters written in the Latin script. I'll read them out loud, each with an example word. The pronunciation is nice and simple. Each letter usually represents one sound. There are a few little twists, but we'll get to those in a moment. Let's go! A. Abeceda, alphabet. B. Banana. C. Cigareta. Now listen carefully. In Slovene, C is always pronounced TS, like in pizza. Ch. Čokolada. Sounds like CH in chat. In Slovene, it's just one letter, Ch, with a little caron on top. D. Diamant. E. Elektrika. F. Film, just like in English. G. Golf. H. Hotel. I. Internet. J. Ja, meaning yes. K. Kava, coffee, a very important word to remember. L. Limona. M. Muzej. N. Ne. No. Simple and direct. Ne means no. So now you already know ja and ne. Yes and no. O. Oliva. P. Pizza. R. Recepcija, reception. S. Solata, salad. Š. Šola, school. Sounds like SH in ship. T. Telefon. U. Ura, a clock. V. Voda, water. Z. Zebra. Ž. Žena means wife, and the letter sounds like the S in measure. So, nothing too tricky, except for our three special letters: Ch like chat, Sh like ship, and J like measure. Now, what about letters like X, Q, W, and Y? They are not part of the Slovene alphabet, but when you need to spell them: X, X, Q, Q, W, dvojni V, and Y, Y. There are also a couple of small pronunciation rules you should know. V can sometimes sound like U, for example in u redu, okay. It also happens after a vowel, like in živjo or euro, and at the end of the words like lev, lion. L can also sound like U when it comes after a vowel, often at the end of the word. Bel, white. Stol, chair. Jabolko, an apple. Okay guys, let's do a little homework. In the description of the episode, as well as on my Instagram, se_vidimo6, I'll write 5 tricky words for you that can help you practice reading. We'll check the answers together in the next episode. Now let's move on to numbers. Let's count from 0 to 10 together. Nič, ena, dva, tri, štiri, pet, šest, sedem, osem, devet, 10. Let's say it once more, počasi, slowly. Nič, ena, dva, tri, štiri, pet, šest, sedem, osem, devet, 10. Great! Try repeating that a few times. Now let's test your memory with some questions. How many fingers do we have on our hands? 10. How many dwarfs are with Snow White? 7. And what's 2 plus 2 or 2 plus 2? 4. Easy, right? From 11 to 20, there's a clear pattern. All numbers end in "-niced", which is just like teen in English. 11, enajst. 12, dvanajst. 13, trinajst. 14, štirinajst. 15, 15. By the way, Slovene word for a teenager is najstnik, so najst again. 16, 16. 17, 17. 18, 18. 19, 19. 20, 20. Let's hear them once again. 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. Now, from 21 onwards, the logic flips a bit. You say the ones first, and then add in, meaning and then the tens. For example, 21, 21. 24, 24. 28, 28. For the tens, we have 30, 30. 40, 40. 50, 50. 60, 60. 70, 70. 80, 80. 90, 90. And then 100, 100, 1000, 1000, million, milijon, billion, milijarda. Let's hear now some numbers. 47, 47. 117, 117. 378, 378. 2025, 2025. 1,300,045, 1,300,045. Alright, let's practice. I'll say a few numbers in Slovene and you can write the correct number in the comments on my Instagram _Vidimo 6. Here we go. 26, 365, 2013, 90,142, milijon 507.031. Good luck! Srečno! Now let's move on to the gender of nouns. In Slovene, every noun has one of three genders: masculine, feminine, or neuter. Here are the basic rules. If a word ends in a consonant, it's masculine, like muzej, hotel, film, golf. If a word ends in a, it's feminine, like limona, oliva, pizza. And if a word ends in o or e, it's neuter, like kolo, bicycle, or stanovanje, apartment. Of course, these are just the basic rules. There are always exceptions. But don't worry, we'll get to know them as we go along. Now think about what I just told you and determine the gender of the following words. Knjiga, a book. Yes, feminine. Telefon, a phone. Masculine. Drevo, a tree. Yes, neuter. Kava, coffee. You're right, feminine again. Auto, a car. Masculine. Yes, you heard me right. Auto is one of the exceptions. It ends with an O, yet it's masculine. And that's a wrap for today's episode. We covered quite a lot, so let's quickly go over what you have learned. First, we explored the Slovene alphabet, with its 25 letters written in the Latin script. You discovered how letters are pronounced, and you met the three special ones: ch like chat, sh like ship, and zh like measure. We also sometimes use borrowed letters like X, X, Q, Q, W, W, and Y, Y, but they are not part of the main alphabet. Then we talked about a couple of pronunciation tricks. The letter V can also sound like U in words like v redu or živjo, and the letter L can sometimes sound like U when it comes after a vowel, like in bel, stol, or jabolko, or at the end of the word like lev. Then we moved on to numbers, from nič to 10 and beyond. You learned how to count, spotted the nice pattern for numbers from 11 to 19, and even tackled bigger ones like 20, 20, and 1000. Now you can say simple things like your age, dates, or prices. Finally, we talked about the gender of nouns: masculine, feminine, and neuter. Remember the basic rule. Words ending in a consonant are masculine, like film or hotel. Words ending in a are feminine, like pizza or kava. And words ending in o or e are neuter, like kolo or stanovanje. Of course, Slovene loves its exceptions, but don't worry, we'll get to those later. So, now you've got the foundation for reading and counting. Okay guys, that's enough letters and numbers for today. Thanks for listening and see you next time. Se vidimo!